Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT Americas 2025 for kickoff. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied once again by Mazino, this time of KRÜ Esports coming off of an opening match against Loud at the start of said competition. So, Mazino, thank you so much for giving me a chance to do another conversation with you. I mean, it's a new year and a new you, and I would say also a new team at the very least. And so, I mean, technically not really a new team because you already were in crew like before 2024 and 2023. But nevertheless, just want to ask you first and foremost about that. You know, what's it like just returning to the crew squad for this year?
I really wanted to go back to crew because of the people in crew itself, the fans, and of course the team that crew has. They're like really good friends of mine, and yeah, I knew that deep down my heart, I wanted to like go back and just like let the organization be on top where it deserves.
Yeah, like I guess would it be the fair to say would it be fair to say that you were like kind of like homesick that like you want to go back to crew?
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
Were you like homesick? I don't know if you know the word homesick, right? Do you know?
It's like wanted to go back home, something like that,
Yeah.
like
Like
the
you read.
bad sentiment.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Um, yeah, kinda. I don't know. It was always a feeling like it was like deep down my mind or deep down my heart.
Yeah, of course, and definitely you definitely made the move over to crew, returning from Leviathan, and just want to ask you the sort of like what's the experience like just having to fit in with the crew squad as well, because like nowadays it's not really the same squad as it was at the end of your stint, your first time in that org. I mean, you still got Kesnit, but still like obviously you're surrounded by new members, so, in Shy and Adverse and Melser, people that most of the time you kind of faced off as rivals, early on in your
Yeah.
days in this game. And so, how do you kind of look at how do you kind of view your inclusion or your re-inclusion into crew, and while also having to play with different teammates?
The thing is that, as you said, Kessin is the only one like remaining of the roster when I was in crew, and of course we have a great synergy with him. Shai played with me on Leviathan too, so I knew him from there. And Adversa and Melser, as you said, we have been rivals for the last 4 years or so. So it was a really like easy inclusion to the team. Like it wasn't like hard to talk to them or anything. And I think that crew last year needed like someone like to use the role that I have in a team, not only on
Hmm.
the characters.
I understand that Adverso had to like yeah, you guys had to wait a long time, nearly at the very end of the off season for Adverso to finally arrive, and he actually did do that. I mean, just kind of. Nevertheless, I still want to ask you just sort of the difference between having like Adverso as the IGO and King as the IGO, because obviously you had the opportunity to play with these two players and also facing off against them. So how do you kind of view the difference between these two individuals as IGLs?
They are not like really that difference on the ideas. The only difference is how they say it and on the timing. And I think both of them like maybe King does a little more like relying on the mid-rank calls, like to people or on the info. And but yeah, they're really similar, like very structured and like sometimes having the whole round, planned.
Like Adverso being just trying to be in control of like the entire round, just in terms of calling like that.
Yeah. Maybe it was probably because of the role, like the character that King was using or Alberto is using. It depends on that too.
Okay, yeah, for sure. And obviously, like we're at the very beginning stage of the year, so like there's still some work to do in trying to improve the team from here on out. And so I kind of want to now pivot towards the match against Loud. Obviously, 2-0 result in their favor. and it kind of started off in like in a snowball kind of way because like I had an opportunity to talk to Adverse and he kind of mentioned about how it was like a snowball from the start in Haven and over to Split. So I want to ask you, Mazino, from your point of view, what do you think was the biggest issue that affected your squad today against Loud?
Against Lao, the first side of the map, we played a game that we haven't been played on scrims, like playing in a different zone that we have been practicing. So it was like, I don't know, I think like the nerves of the first match of the year, and everything. And yeah, we were like connecting too. So yeah, it was like a snowball effect that really got into us.
Mostly mental reasons, just basically, as you said, just trying to go through the nerves or overcome the
Yeah.
nerves, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were like really sleepy, like playing, But on a split, yeah, we came back like a lot. Like we were playing very good. We only we that map we lost it 100% on us, on the sense that we were like just giving up advantages and just losing rounds that are impossible to lose
I
if
understand
you
that
want to win.
loud. Yeah, I understand that loud. You played the Tejo on split, and I can assume that definitely provided a challenge to your squad in that map. I want to ask you just sort of what are your thoughts on just having to play against that agent in particular, and how difficult if it was, if not, you can kind of like talk about it. Um, how that experience was.
It wasn't that hard. I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't like a like big difference agent like Neon. And we have been practicing a lot against Tejos. Yes, I don't see like since the start when I tried first, I didn't like the agent at least. Yeah, he can be played in a lot of compositions and a lot of like a new meta, you know. Um, but yeah, it's not that hard playing against him on a split at least.
Mm-hmm. And with that said, now you guys move on towards the lower bracket, facing off against whoever comes your way. At the time of the recording, we don't know who it is. We'll
I
find
think
out
it's
in the future.
3G, right? Or not?
Well, since you asked, let me just check because I'm not sure 100% who it is that you guys will
Yeah,
take on.
it's 2G.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2G.
Yeah.
2G. So from then on up until that game, which is roughly less than a week from now, what do you feel the team has to work on the most, from now until that match?
We really need to focus on ourselves. Like we have been practicing like really good. We have been playing really good on pracs, and we just need to keep doing that and being confident on our game. Like not play a different game because of the other team or anything else. We just need to like keep perfecting ourselves and fixing the micro things mostly, like a little like I don't know, like mid run calling, etc.
Great, for sure. I definitely understand that, Mazino, and I definitely have to thank you. On top of that, just having to give me a chance to do this interview. That said, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Mazino, thank you so much for the
Thank you so
conversation.
much
Really
for the
appreciate
interview.
it, and of course, best of luck. Go see you in your next match.
Thank you. See ya.